Hello everyone, my name is Amir Merchant. I am a licensed immigration advisor for New Zealand and a former migration agent for Australia, currently based in Auckland. On this channel, I share practical guidance on visa processes, immigration pathways, and related topics to help you make informed decisions. If you are unsure about your visa options or planning your next step, consider subscribing and enabling notifications so you stay updated with the latest developments. Before continuing, please review the legal disclaimer provided in the comment section of this video. Now, let us go over a very important update from Immigration New Zealand that affects migrant workers on the accredited employer work visa, particularly in situations where a business is sold or restructured. On the 14th of November 2025, Immigration New Zealand released Amendment Circular 2025-40, introducing a practical change that could make job transitions much easier in certain situations. In this video, I will explain what has changed when it applies and what it means in real-life scenarios. Let us begin with how things worked previously. If you were on an accredited employer work visa and your employer sold the business or went through a restructure, even if your job remained exactly the same, you were often required to apply for a new visa. This created delays, uncertainty, and risk for migrant workers, even though nothing had changed in the actual role. Now, this is where the update becomes important. Immigration New Zealand has clarified that in certain situations you can change your employer without applying for a new visa. Instead, you can apply for a variation of conditions which is faster, simpler, and less disruptive. However, this is not automatic and there are strict conditions. This pathway applies only if your job role remains the same, your location remains the same, your pay is the same or higher, and the new employer is either already accredited or has applied for accreditation. If all of these conditions are met, you may not need to apply for a completely new visa. This change is significant because in real life businesses are often sold, ownership structures change, and companies restructure, and previously migrant workers were directly affected by these changes. This update provides more stability for workers, more flexibility for employers, and reduces unnecessary administrative burden. To understand this better, consider a practical example. If you are working as a chef on an accredited employer work visa and the restaurant is sold to a new owner, but your job title remains the same, your salary is unchanged, your location stays the same, and the new owner is accredited, then you may apply for a variation of conditions instead of a new visa. However, it is important to understand when a new visa will still be required. You will need a new visa if your job role changes, your location changes, your salary decreases, the new employer is not accredited, or the role does not meet the visa requirements. This means the flexibility introduced by this update is conditional, not automatic. Another key point is that employer accreditation remains central even if everything else remains unchanged. If the new employer is not accredited or fails to obtain accreditation, your application may be declined. This update also aligns with other recent policy changes where Immigration New Zealand has increased monitoring of employers, compliance checks, and scrutiny of job conditions. So while the policy provides flexibility, it also expects higher levels of compliance. There are still risks that migrants should be aware of. If the new employer's accreditation is delayed or declined, if there are compliance concerns, or if your role is even slightly modified, your application may face delays or refusal. It is therefore important to check all details carefully before applying. In practical terms, you should confirm the new employer's accreditation status, ensure your job description remains consistent, review your employment agreement carefully, and apply for a variation of conditions before making any changes. Small errors at this stage can lead to significant complications later. Overall, this is a positive and practical update that reflects real-world employment situations. It reduces unnecessary visa applications, makes job transitions smoother, and provides greater certainty for migrant workers while still maintaining strict conditions and reinforcing compliance requirements. In summary, if your employer changes due to a business sale or restructure, you may not always need a new visa, but only if strict conditions are met and the new employer is properly accredited. If you are currently in this situation or expect changes in your employment, it is important to plan carefully to avoid any disruption to your visa status. We hope you have found this information useful. If you would like personalized immigration advice based on your situation, you can reach us round the clock by calling or sending a text message on our WhatsApp mobile number +642217860007, also provided in the comment section of this video, and we will get in touch with you as soon as possible. If you found this update helpful, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who might benefit. We will be back again with another interesting update very soon. Thank you for watching.